Hello everyone, welcome to Developers Checkpoint. In today's video, we are going to learn about the Kafka streams. We have discussed about the Kafka and the basic architecture of Kafka in the previous videos. In this video, we are going to utilize the power of Kafka streams in order to consume our messages in a much easier way. So without any further ado, let's dive into the video. So we have discussed about the basic architecture of Kafka in the previous videos. I will add the link of those videos in the description below. So we know that Kafka used to run across multiple machines which are known as brokers, and inside those brokers we have topics that used to store the information in form of a commit log. So each and every message that is stored in a topic is stored as a commit log, and this topic is divided into smaller parts known as partitions. We have a producer, so the producer is going to push the messages or commit the messages in a Kafka topic. We have group of machines that used to consume those messages and perform the respective operations. So these machines are known as consumers. The group of machines that is consuming a particular topic will be a part of a consumer group. So the Kafka topic will contain a group of messages that are appended in a log file, and there will be a consumer that is performing operations by consuming these commit logs. This consumer of the Kafka topic is perform various type of operations on the messages consumed by the Kafka. So the various type of operations that can be performed by the consumer are as follows. So these are the list of the typical operations that the consumer is performing after consuming the messages from the topic. Okay, so it can perform aggregation. So for example, we are having a Kafka topic that is containing the events of a cricket match. So for example, we are having this type of topic that is containing the events of a particular cricket match. So the basic type of aggregation that can be performed on this topic is the sum of all the numbers or calculating the score. So this is an example of a aggregation of the data on top of the Kafka topic. The other type of operation that are typically performed by the consumers are group by. So for example, we are having a Kafka topic that is containing the activities of customer on our website. Okay, so for example, we are having a Kafka topic that is having the IDs of the customer and the page number they are visiting on a particular website. So in this case, we can get the data or group by the data based on the page numbers, or we can get the number of page visits of each and every page using group by operation on top of the Kafka topic. The other type of operation will be lookup with some other data. So for example, we are having a Kafka topic which contains the data of the booking performed by the customer. So suppose we want to enrich the data of the booking with the data of the customer. The consumer is going to perform a lookup here with the customer table and will get the data of booking as well as the customer. So these are the basic type of operations which are performed by a consumer of a particular topic. So this Kafka consumer is generally hosted as a separate service. So there will be effort of DevOps or the IT team in order to manage the infrastructure and perform monitoring and maintenance of those services. Now what if we can move this type of processing from a separate consumer to the Kafka broker itself? So earlier the operations like group by aggregation were performed by a separate consumer, and we need to put our effort in order to maintain or scale these consumers. Now we are processing this type of data inside the Kafka cluster itself, and this can be done using Kafka streams. So Kafka stream will process the data and perform the various type of operations on top of that running on the Kafka brokers itself. We don't have to invest on the extra infrastructure and have to maintain separate services in order to perform these basic type of operations. So what is Kafka stream? So Kafka stream is built on top of Kafka for processing of real-time events, and it makes easier for us to consume and process the real-time data in form of a stream, and we can apply various operations such as transformation, aggregation, filtering on top of messages that we are consuming from Kafka. and we will write those information back into a Kafka topic itself. Okay, so suppose we are having a Kafka topic, and whenever a message is pushed into this Kafka topic, there will be a group of applications that are hosted on the Kafka itself that are performing any type of operations on top of that, and will store that information back into the Kafka cluster. So let's take an example of this. So for example, we are having a booking topic that is containing the book information of bookings that are created by the consumer. Okay, so whenever a new message is pushed to the booking topic, we are going to enrich the booking data with the data of the customer. So when the message is pushed into a Kafka topic, that message will be processed by a group of applications that are hosted on the Kafka itself. These applications are going to perform various operations on top of that and will store that information back to the Kafka topic into another topic. Okay, so for example, earlier we were having the information of the booking only. This booking topic is having the information of the bookings only. Now we are processing this topic using Kafka streams, and we are enriching the data with the data of the customer as well. Okay, so we are performing this type of operations on the fly without hosting any other application or deploying any other services to process the data. These type of operations are performed on the Kafka itself, and we will get the benefit of the reliability of the Kafka, and will be able to process the messages in a much easier way. So if another message is going to be pushed in the booking topic, we are going to process that message from the Kafka stream application, and we are going to write back that data into the booking_customer topic. So we are enriching the data and performing various type of operations on top of the booking data on the fly. Now let's have a look at the type of operations that we can perform using Kafka stream. So we can perform the enrichment of the data. As we have seen in the previous example, we were having the booking data and we were enriching the data from the customer data on the fly. We can perform transformations and we can do the filtering or processing of the data. So let's take an example where we are having the events performed by the customer on our website. We can process the rate by which the customer is performing events on our website and can mark that customer as a spam customer or a valid customer. So these are the basic example or the use cases of the Kafka streams. Now, if we dig deeper into Kafka stream, we will see that Kafka stream contains a set of processors. Okay, so we are having a source processor. So this source processor has the responsibility of consuming the data from the original topic. After that, we are going to have the stream processor. The stream processor is going to perform various type of operations like group by, filtering, summation, etc. on top of the data that we are getting from the source processor. And after that, we are having a sync processor. So the sync processor has the responsibility of writing the data back to the Kafka topic when the data has been processed. If we look at the scenario again that we discussed earlier, we were having a booking topic, and whenever the messages were pushed to the booking topic, the source processor is going to consume the data from the booking topic, and after that it will perform a set of operations from the stream processor, and the sync processor will have the responsibility of writing that information into the booking_customer topic. So if another message is pushed in the booking topic, the source processor will process the data, and after that the stream processor will perform the various type of operations on top of that, and the sync processor is going to write that data back to the booking_customer topic. So this is the high level architecture of a Kafka stream. Kafka streams are of two types. One is the Kafka stream that we have discussed till now, and the other one is the K-tables. Okay, so let's try to understand the difference between the Kafka streams and K-tables now. So for example, we are having a topic that is containing the customer ID and the phone numbers. Okay, so let's say the customer with ID A is updating his phone number to 1. The customer with customer ID A updated his phone number back to 2, and the customer with the same customer ID has updated his phone number again. So if we are performing the operations using Kafka streams, then we will get the individual event as a separate. Okay, so if we are using Kafka stream, then we are going to get each and individual of these messages. If we are going to use K-tables there, So the ktables is going to create the materialized view. Okay, so it will store the customer ID and the phone number, and will keep on updating the customer ID with the respective phone number on every event. So earlier, when the customer has updated his number as 1, this is going to reflect 1. Once the event 2 is published, it is going to update the same as 2, and once the event 3 is published, it is going to update the same phone number by the 3. The scenarios where we want to process each and every event, in those scenarios we are going to use the Kafka streams, and the scenarios where we want the final value. So here, for example, the final value of the customer ID A was 3, we use ktables. So ktables used to create a materialized view. That view is generally stored in memory, and we store that view in memory using the RocksDB. So these are the basic things about the Kafka streams and ktables. We are going to dig deeper into Kafka streams and ktables in the further videos. So guys, that is for the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. See you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.